With the T20I World Cup drawing nearer with every passing day, a lot has been said about India having a problem of plenty and not yet settling in on a core squad. In fact, we ourselves were discussing and debating that not too long ago on this very channel. But well, as it turns out, India might just have another good selection headache coming their way, because yes, the man on my screen, Deepak Chahar, is now suddenly saying and is targeting a return to fitness very soon. In fact, that admission comes from the man himself, who, as we know, is currently rehabbing at the National Cricket Academy or the NCA for short in Bengaluru. Now, Chahar has been someone who in recent times has been something of a regular within the T20I setup, but of course he's not played cricket in a long time. Remember, he missed the IPL and he's obviously been rehabbing that injury, was turned out to be a long-term injury. Even before the IPL, he was dealing with niggling injury issues. So he's been a bit unlucky in that regard when it comes to his fitness and in fact his injury record. But this latest injury has kept him out for a while. If you remember, he actually even got married in between that time. He recently got married, but he reported back to the NCA to work on his fitness in order to get fully match fit with the T20I World Cup, and of course a lot of cricket before that looming. So obviously when Deepak Chahar talks about his fitness, it would be a point of interest, and what he has had to say is something that we are going to go over and is very interesting indeed. He spoke to the news agency PTI, the Press Trust of India, and he said very clearly that he's targeting a return to full fitness in about 4 to 5 weeks time. Of course, he also said that he would like to play some club cricket or some non-competitive cricket in that sense to get himself fully match fit or to test out his fitness before he thinks of making an international comeback. Of course, he has also ruled himself out of the T20I series that will be taking place in England, because as you can see on this quote, he says that I don't think I will be fit for the England T20I series, but I will definitely try and get fit by the time the West Indies series comes around. Let's see. So of course, it is worth noting that he said that let's see at the end. So there is that very slight sense of ambiguity, but he would not be saying that he's targeting a return to 4 or 5 weeks of fitness within 4 or 5 weeks time without actually having some sort of knowledge from his trainers, physios and the likes as to that sort of a figure. He wouldn't be giving out a figure based on an educated or based on a non-educated guess. He would be having some knowledge as to how it is that his injuries are healing and how much fitter he's getting on a day-by-day basis. He also told PTI that he will be, in fact, as things stand, he's looking to bowl about 4 or 5 overs a day at one go. He's not doing anything beyond that, because of course when you're rehabbing an injury, it's not just about giving that injury time to the muscle to heal back and start operating as per normal. It's also about giving the rest of your body that time to start getting used to the workload. And as we know, pace bowlers, depending on no matter how much pace they bowl, there is a workload on their bodies. It's why most of them are so injury prone. So he definitely thinks that in 4 or 5 weeks time, so 4 or 5 weeks time means that will put him right in the window for the West Indies series, or if not that, maybe even the Asia Cup. So we were talking, of course, before in the show that India might actually have a lot of options and they need to start settling in on a core. But should they be looking at Deepak Chahar if indeed he does regain full match fitness and they decide that, we're going to call him up for, say, the West Indies or the Asia Cup series and he does well? I mean, Deepak Chahar is someone who over the last few years has become something of a T20I specialist, and that's something that can be backed up just with a quick cursory glance at his international numbers. Again, those make for some very good reading, except for maybe the economy, but even that can be explained away. 20 international T20I matches in which he's taken 26 wickets at a strike rate of 16. Economy, of course, 8.26 can be a little misleading and can be explained away for two things. One, he's someone who always looks to bowl attacking lines, because more often than not he's looking to get the ball to swing. Two, he's bowling in arguably one of the toughest phases of the match, which is the power play. The field is up. So if you're a pacer, there's always that risk that batsmen are of course going to go after you with the field up. But again, his record in T20Is is exceptional, and remember, his career best figures are also 6 for 7. So he's someone who can be an absolute match winner with the ball. He takes wickets up front. He would be a very valid option, because otherwise, again, if you were watching our show before, we were discussing about how Mohammad Shami, who's normally India's go-to man in the power play overs, hasn't played a single T20I since the last World Cup. So That means India have played 26 matches in that time, and Shami has featured in not even one of them. Deepak Chahar, on the other hand, has featured in a few matches here or there, and as we know, is someone who can do a lot of damage with the new ball. So, if let's assume that he first gets match fit and that he then manages to get in a run of games where he impresses, would that put him in contention? I mean, stranger things have happened in the past, because we've seen players get picked off a few exceptional IPL performances. Chahar, on the other hand, is someone who has proven himself at the international level as well, not just in the IPL. He's done reasonably well for India in white ball cricket when given the chance. And if he is fully fit, he provides a different option to a lot of the other Indian seamers. He's someone who bowls swing and will more often than not get you wickets in that power play. If you need to know just how effective he can be in that time period, you only need to look at how Chennai struggled in the first half. The Chennai Super Kings, remember, struggled in the first half of the IPL to replace his wicket-taking Nu in the power play. It was only when they brought in Mahesh Theekshana, the Sri Lankan mystery spinner, that they started being potent in the power plays and getting some wickets. Before that, it was all dependent on Chahar, and with Chahar out injured, they were absolutely struggling to get those wickets. So Chahar could be an interesting option in the Indian team if they decide that, okay, we need different kind of bowler, because again, someone like a Bumrah is very effective at nailing Yorkers, good speed, can be skiddy, hard to hit, and a very good death option. Harshal, again, good death option, especially with the kind of cutters and slow balls that he bowls. India's that bowling lineup does seem to lack a few options when it comes to power play bowlers, although personally I would stick with Bhuvneshwar Kumar, especially given how well he did in the South Africa series. Again, remember, man of the series, took 6 wickets, bowling at an economy of just a little over 6. So fantastic from Bhuvi, but Chahar is someone who has also done well and would be in the scheme of things once he's fit. So this is something that is an interesting little subplot to keep an eye on. Will Deepak Chahar regain his fitness in time to actually be in consideration to play a few matches and stake his claim for the World Cup? Well, I think that it is indeed a possibility, but to know for sure, we have to be tuned in and see how exactly it is he's recovering. So watch this space more. We will bring you those updates as and when they arise. And with that, I bring an end to this little video update of ours. Thank you all so much for joining us. If you enjoy what it is that we do, please don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, drop us a comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and last but not the least, tap the bell icon so that you know when it is we are bringing you a new video or going live with some breaking news or news updates which might just be of your interest. As always, I've been Shane Reyes. Thank you so much for joining me and us, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye-bye.